how would you introduce drifting to kids? You know, like or someone else's dad. His dad wants to introduce their kids to drifting.
Yeah, in my case, I was very a family guy. Always wanted to have kids that will be my friends.
Right.
And maybe for some people, it's kind of early that I had kids. First one at 25, second one 27, and third one at 29. Kind of wanted to
Yeah.
have my kids before 30 so I can be friends with them in my closer 40 years.
Right.
Not having a baby in my hands. That was
Yeah.
my idea, which is kind of working that way. So from about 1 or 2 years of age, they all had quads and dirt bikes, and they've been riding on that stuff. So they
Right.
understand the throttle control,
Mm-hmm.
or at least motorized vehicles.
Right.
Then it was like side by sides for them, my bigger one, and for them they had a smaller one, more like a car, one with the
Right.
steering wheel, throttle and brakes. So when they panic or see something emergency, they wouldn't just like smash the throttle and run into something. They
Right.
have those reflexes to stop and go. And obviously, it's all started with the limiter screw on the throttle, and then just open it up slowly, slowly.
Okay. Yeah.
When I started drifting, they always been with me. Came to basically 90% of my events,
Well, they help
hang
you run the
around.
booth and everything. You know.
Right now, they do. They're running the business. They hustle people. Like if you're walking by and you made eye contact with them, that's it. They're gonna make you buy something.
They're like the kiosks in the mall.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Um, but yeah, even before like FD, they would come with me to the grassroots events and
Right.
watch me
Yeah.
and cheer me on and stuff like that.
Always
Then
self-sufficient. Always finding their own fun. Like
yeah, they're very self-sufficient. Like that's one good thing for me. We've been raising them that way, kind of, but also they're smart kids because they're my kids. But I think when was it? 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I started I wanted to start on driving. Obviously, it wasn't any like a record setting, but just the sooner the better. So Jacob started drifting when he was 10 or 11,
Yeah.
and actually his first experience was in Z4, which was a
Really?
little bit too much of a car. With that, yeah, that car. That time we brought two cars, 330 Ci and Z4,
Mm-hmm.
and Z4 was a little too much for him, and 330 he kind of liked it. Learned the manual. In my other street car, Z4M. That's
Okay. Oh, sorry guys. It was a great story while it lasted. Okay, they're back. All right, sick. Let me get them back in here.
maybe.
Yeah. See, I don't know what it is, and
he's
now,
doing the BLM thing.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't know what's kicking them out. At least I can see them now. All right, there we go. I can see you this time. That was weird.
That was
So
I
first-
told you it's live stream, man. You never know what's gonna happen. But all right, continue the story.
So first, I taught him how to drive manual. I
Right.
explained him what the clutch is. You have the engine plate, which is always rotating. The more throttle, the faster it rotates. You have a clutch attached to the transmission, which attached to your rear wheels, which is standing still. If you let the clutch fast, they grab. You either start spinning tires if you have enough throttle, or you
Yeah.
stall the motor. So you gotta slowly bring those plates together by your clutch. With that basic illustration, it just clicked for them, and dude, I think like all of them basically took off without stalling on the
Right.
first try. And then I said, if you wanna like, I even practiced them a little like drag racing with the two BMWs 330 and 325 I have here on the grass next to my house. Like first and second was practicing, training them to like shift from first to second.
Yeah.
Some would like short shift it. Sometimes the youngest one would sit on the rev limiter like until he doesn't feel any forward bite, then he would grab second. Then I also have a SMG M3, like a street car,
Yeah.
which you can just pedal shift first or second and stay in gear. That they drifted in the backyard when it was a little bit frozen grass, so you don't mess up the
Right.
grass, but you can still blow some
Right.
donuts. So they like that. I have decent property, like about 3 acres, some woods,
Yeah.
a little dirt bike track, and my backyard with a pond in the back. So
Nice.
Nice.
it's a decent property. So kids playing around. So they learn at least a couple figure eights and that feeling of the motion when the car wants to rotate, figure eight transition, and more throttle keeps spinning. Off throttle, the car stops sliding. So those basic things they figure out and then went to the track. So all my kids drift right now. Jaden's the youngest one, 10, Andrew 12, and Jacob 14. Jacob full on like tandeming and putting on your door. I think he's ready for Pro Am for next year.
Wow.
Jaden is pretty wild at 10 years old. I think in the off season, like we'll go to English Town this Thursday. We'll see. I'm just gonna try to give him more seat time. He might even be in Pro Am as well. Andrew, the middle guy, he's more of like a clean build car, so I don't think he might be even a drifter. He might be more of like building some cool stuff or like running a program or something like that. I don't know.
He could be your tuner for all you know.
Yeah, he seems to be smarter than we are. Like he wouldn't be spending his money on this stuff.
Like actually, I'll enjoy it from the outside perspective.
Yeah. We would be at Englishtown because right before Irvindale, I made a commitment to go to Englishtown every week. So every Wednesday or Thursday, we went there. That was part of our homeschooling, whatever, because they also do music, guitar, and piano, and foreign language once a week, plus homeschooling. So I'm like, listen, once a week we need to go drifting. Like that's I want to raise some champions.
On the sim.
Huh?
You got the sim built for him too, right?
Yeah, we have two sims side by side, but it doesn't do it. Trust me, right now. We started in the
now that you got him to bug, there's no shot. There's no.
Bro, we have two sims sitting in my garage, and maybe once a week they go and play a little bit. That's it. Like,
right.
Literally. You've
given him the taste of the good stuff. Now it's like, dang.
Yeah.
Right.
So I keep two of my cars, stock BMWs, 330ci and 325 at Englishtown, and I, tow one or two cars to the track. So when we go, everybody have a car to drive.
Damn.
And
good man.
But advice to dads when you studying your kids, don't push it. Don't make that bad experience for them. Like even if they're not doing well, if they're not meeting your expectations, just make the best out of it. Take it easy, take baby steps. Don't put them through that situation when they're like, they're gonna hate it, and it could be a good successful career or fun or hobby. So make it fun for them. I just bought a whole rear subframe from a complete dropout, and while I was working on my dirt bike engine rebuilding, they were just running around the shop. They wanted to do something. It's like, here, figure out what tools you need, take the whole subframe apart. So they had to take the control arms, diff, trailing arms, and basically take apart the whole subframe. About 45 minutes, everything was laying on the floor, and they worked together and got the whole rear subframe apart.
Oh yeah.
So they enjoyed it. Just have them. Obviously, they might have stripped a few bolts and stuff like that, because I could hear like, hey, make sure that the socket is on the bolt before you start spinning that thing. But it's okay. Same thing. Like our kids started cooking breakfast and making our coffee like pretty early. Very self-sufficient. Yes, there was a mess in the kitchen the first couple times, but this is how they learn, and we kind of let them try things early.